Do you ever find where you know what you want to do or should do, and you might even know the steps that you're going to take to get there, but you just never have the strength to actually go out and take those steps or actions to get there? Or you might say that I'm going to do it tomorrow, and tomorrow turns into the next week, and next week turns into next month, and it just never ends up getting done. And I know I've struggled with this in the past where there's stuff I've wanted to do or things I've wanted to pursue, and I just never end up doing it, and I just never end up pursuing it. And I know I still struggle with this, and I'll probably still struggle with it in the future. One issue that I found with personal development is that you often get consumed by information. When I first stumbled on this, I was basically consuming myself in information. I was reading more books than I ever thought I would, listening to podcasts nonstop. I was listening to and watching YouTube videos in any other area that I could better myself. I was just basically consuming that as much as possible. And I basically got addicted to this nonstop grind of trying to better myself. And this is why you hear a lot of YouTubers say that the personal development niche is kind of bad and toxic, because you often get consumed by information nonstop and you buy all these programs. And I agree to a certain extent that it can be bad that you're addicted to this, but at the same time, there's a lot worse things that you could be addicted to. We get caught up in information and a constant strive to always wanting to learn more, and the hardest part is starting. And I'm not just saying that the personal development area is the only place that it can be. It's just kind of something that I can relate to, where there's other areas like school homework or eating better or working out or starting a business or starting a YouTube channel. There's so many different areas, and it's the starting is the hardest part. But whatever the area is that you're struggling to start, there are some small steps that you can take to potentially get you starting, but all it is those small little steps to get you started and get you going. When it comes to starting, one of the biggest factors often holding people back is the fear of failure or fear of judgment. When you realize that this is probably always going to be there, it's going to make it a little bit easier, and realize that it's not just with you, it's with other people as well. So whenever someone else starts a new business or whatever it may be, that fear is probably with them as well. And unfortunately, there isn't really anything to overcome this like right away. But all you can really do is take small action steps in the right direction, and over time you'll slowly get more used to it. But I don't think it'll ever go away, but it might just become a little bit more less comfortable. When it comes to starting, you want to make sure that you have a strong why and purpose. And not only that, you want to make sure that you actually understand this and know why you're doing this and what your purpose is. So whether it's losing weight or doing homework or starting a business or starting a YouTube channel, starting a podcast, whatever it may be, you got to make sure that you understand your why and your purpose. And there are several different reasons as what it could be. And say for getting healthy, you might want to live a healthier lifestyle. And it's not just lose 50 pounds. You want to break it down into why you actually want to lose your weight or maintain a healthy lifestyle. Maybe it's so you can see your kid's wedding or you can see your grandkids and make sure that you have a healthy lifestyle when you're 50 years older than what you currently are now, or 25 years older, or 10 years older, or however many years older. You want to make sure that you have a strong why, a purpose, and exactly understand that why and purpose. And that's going to help push you, especially through those hard times that are inevitably going to show up. Next, you want to give yourself a goal. Make it specific and attainable to yourself. I made a video on goal setting and how you can set goals, so you can check that one out to make better goals for yourself. But you want to make a small, realistic goal for yourself. And you can start out with your big goal, but then you want to reverse engineer it so you can make small actionable steps and know what you can achieve in these short distances. So it makes it a little bit more realistic and attainable, and you don't give up as easily. If you have your goal as write a book or finish a book, that's going to be a really tough goal to achieve, and you might end up losing motivation. So instead of just having your goal as write a book, break it down into come up with titles, brainstorm ideas, come up with different chapters, or come up with a plot, or come up with characters. You just want to break it down into some small actionable steps that can help give you that motivation and that momentum to keep you going and get you in the right direction. Depending on what your goal is and how often you want to work towards it, you want to set some time towards it each and every day. I know Jerry Seinfeld blocked out an hour or an hour and a half. I'm not really sure how many hours it was, but basically he blocked out specific times throughout the day that he would write jokes for himself. And basically he would sit there, and for that whole 60 minutes, he would just try and put his pencil to the piece of paper and write as many jokes as possible. And he wouldn't be able to leave after that 60 minutes. So depending on what your goal is, you can set, say, 15 minutes every day or 60 minutes every day, or maybe it's only 15 minutes every week or 60 minutes every week. Whatever it is, find what's good for you and set that for yourself just so you can work towards it each and every day and build that small progress towards it. And you also want to make sure that you're starting small. You don't want to start out with way too much and then you just get overwhelmed with way too much stuff and you end up quitting. You want to start really small and slowly build up from there. Next is having an accountability partner where you can hold them accountable to their goals and they can hold you accountable to your goals, and you can meet weekly or monthly or however often it is, but I prefer weekly, and this really works for me where I got a couple people that I meet with, and after I get off the phone call with them, I feel extremely motivated to go out and work towards those goals. So if you have an accountability partner that can really help you boost your motivation to go out and achieve it. And there's other areas that you could go to where maybe on Facebook or Discord, or you could just find some groups that you could join where it's all like-minded individuals, where you're maybe trying to join a gym and there's some groups that you could join for beginners going to the gym or whatever it may be. You can probably find some groups out there where you can network with them and learn from them and ask them questions, and they can also help hold you accountable to you and you achieving your goals. Now, a reason that we might not be starting is because of our old habits, and a way to break our old habits is basically replacing those with new habits. And we got to find stuff to replace it. So whenever we find ourselves maybe procrastinating or on our phone too much, we got to replace that with something else. So what I've been doing recently is whenever I find myself on my phone, I'll go and look at my goal chart or whatever I have to do this week and basically start doing that instead of being on my phone. So when you find yourself doing your old habits, try and replace that with some new habits. And the next one kind of plays into the previous one of breaking your old habits, which is raise your standards. You want to make sure that before maybe you were fine with working out for say 15 minutes a day. Maybe you want to raise that standard to work out for 20 minutes, or maybe you want to raise it to 30 minutes. Whatever it is, you kind of want to raise your standards to make sure that you're able to get to the next level and push yourself and build that momentum to keep you going up in the right direction. Lastly, when you do start taking these actions and making those small steps, you want to make sure that you're celebrating those small wins and appreciating where you're going and what you've achieved so far. So whether it's small or big, no matter what it is, you want to make sure that you're celebrating those wins to appreciate the hard work that you're putting in. Procrastination is all around us, and even the most effective and productive people struggle with and encounter this nonstop. Establishing a solid why and understanding that can help you get past that starting point and get you closer to what you truly want to do. Say with homework, there's not a lot of people that actually want to do homework or enjoy doing it, but say if you create a powerful why that helps motivate you, say you want to get better grades so you can get into your college or university that you dream of, or say you're already in college or university, it's to get more scholarships to help pay for tuition and you want to get recognized as the top of your class. These are good, powerful whys to help get you to do your homework and somewhat enjoy it, maybe not enjoy it, but you'll actually get it done and not procrastinate it as much. And having and understanding this why can help you achieve your goals and push you in the right direction that you want to be going. Starting is often one of the hardest things to actually do, but no matter what you're trying to get to, whether it's that car or house or yacht, or maybe it's just living a healthier lifestyle, it all starts with just that one small step. Going in with the mindset that this isn't going to happen overnight, it's going to take some time and it's going to take months, maybe even years to get there is key. Living in this instant gratification world, we're growing to expect things overnight, and rarely is that the case. It's years of preparation to get there, long days, struggles, and hardships at times. It's not always going to be easy, but knowing down the line that this is probably going to pay off is a little bit motivating. When you look at certain things, you might think that it sounds easy or that it's easy to do, but at the same time, it's just as easy not to do, and that's why a lot of things don't end up getting done or people don't end up starting. It's because it's just as easy, if not easier, to not do it. Take that first step in the right direction, and hopefully you'll get to where you want to go, or at least get you in the right direction. As always, thanks for watching, and let's level up.